I didn't get to read as many comics as I wanted to this year, but I did check out some good stuff. A huge shout out to @StuffIShouldSay on Twitter for helping me delve deeper into the history of Matt Murdock and his recommendations. I got to read The Man Without Fear, Born Again, and Last Rites for the first time, and I was absolutely endeared to the character and tragedy of Matt Murdock. And I now understand why people love him so much. Those are essential Daredevil stories. I also spent a good part of the year experiencing Tatsuki Fujimoto's Fire Punch manga. I wrote a whole video essay on it, so please check it out, but I will say that story fucked me up in a good way. As for comics that came out this year, I very much enjoyed the Immortal X-Men and X-Men Red titles. They felt important, well written and well executed with great in-world politics, engaging storytelling, and epic moments. Storm and Magneto were standouts. Illyana also had a glorious character glow-up in her fun Labors of Magic storyline. Emma Frost continued to be fabulous in both this year's Hellfire Gala and in her 3-issue Devil's Reign mini. I love her so much. Looking forward to her in 2023. My boy Cyclops had a hell of a year. If you were a Scott fan in 2022, you were eating good. Starting in January with X-Men number 7, Duggan wrote Scott as the legend that he is supposed to be. Through a beautiful 2-page splash, we are reminded as to why he is the X-Men. It is thematically resonating and visually sensational. We see him die for his values. We see him become Captain Krakoa. We see him live for his values. Later on in the year, he got to beat up Dr. Stasis in style with that smooth summer's charm. He got to dance with Emma at the Hellfire Gala. And then he got to lead a new team of X-Men and go on adventures with his favorite adopted daughter. During the Axe event, he was even judged worthy by the new Celestial, canonically proving that Cyclops was always right. Overall, it was just great to have a charismatic, confident, and shining standard of who Cyclops is fundamentally. Hickman brought back aspects of this since his X-Men run, but this year, I feel like we got the Scott that we all deserve, and I appreciate that. The Axe Judgment Day crossover event was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, so I had a better appreciation for the Eternals after reading Kieran Gillen's run. I very much enjoyed the DC Pride Tim Drake special. There were great Bat Family moments, and I especially liked Tim and Steph's supportive reconciliation. In fact, the Bat Family, like last year, continued to have a great year. Batgirls was fun. I am always down for more Cass and Steph. Steph also had some wonderful sibling bonding with Jason in his title. I hope to see him again in Batman real soon. Joshua Williamson continued to deliver great character moments for Damian in his Robin series. The series got so much better after last year's Lazarus Tournament arc, and whether it's his relationship with Flatline or in his fight against Deathstroke and Shadow War, I really liked how Williamson had Damian grow up before our eyes. We see him start to come to terms with the duality of his nature, both as heir to the demon and as son of the bat. We see him try to mend the relationships that make him whole. His relationships with Bruce, with Talia, with Raish. We even see him start to forgive himself for the death of Alfred. Though this is meant to be a fun coming-of-age character piece, Williamson cultivates something more personal and cathartic. It fleshes out Damian as his own man. I am so blessed that I got to read this. And then on top of that, I like what they're doing with Talia. I feel like this is the redemption of Talia after the character assassination we got from Morrison. Here we got her being the queen that she's supposed to be. She had some great moments this year. Dick Grayson had a phenomenal 2022. Tom Taylor continued to build on his outstanding Nightwing series. The Get Grayson storyline gave us some of the best moments of the year. The Titans going out of their way to protect Dick, a wonderful buddy cop team-up between him and his best friend Wally, and a sentimental and sweet older brother moment between him and John. All these moments reinforce the empathy, appreciation, and love the DC Universe has for Nightwing. The battle for Bloodhaven's heart finally gave us Nightwing's triumphant battle with Blockbuster. We see Dick take down the town's corrupt system, which was a feel-good moment, and we once again had some beautiful Dick-bad moments. I'm hoping this leads to future storylines and plot points that will continue to expand the Bat family. With the ongoing Power Vacuum arc, I have been enjoying new lore elements like Nightmite, but really, the magical Bitewing talking moment was so cute and so sweet. We also got to see a lot of him in the Batgirl's title, which did upset some people, and then a complete 180, we got one of the most jaw-dropping surprises of the year when Dick was revealed to be the Vampire King in DC vs. Vampires #6. From lovable hero to vampiric mastermind, of course Dick Grayson could play a stupidly sexy evil vampire. Who knew? But then, everything truly went full circle with Nightwing's heavy involvement in the DC Dark Crisis mega crossover event, a comic event that focused a lot on the importance of legacy in the DC universe. This was a truly epic and beautiful comic event, which was made that much better with its focus on Nightwing. Once again, showcasing why, besides Superman, Nightwing is the hero all other heroes trust and respect. Nightwing really lived up to the mantle of the prodigal son this year, especially with a heavy assist from the MVP of Dark Crisis, John. John was an absolute hero in this event. I look forward to seeing what stories we get with these two next year. But if we're talking about the hell of a year that the Bat family had, I'd have to say that Chip Zdarsky's Batman Failsafe was my favorite comic story of the year. Zdarsky is able to balance an electric Batman story that takes some of my favorite Morrison parts and combines them with Tynion's foundational family. It asks the question, can someone be a happy soldier? We get an introspective Batman fighting an internal battle of the mission and his child soldiers, almost reverting to old habits and failsafes to protect himself. But Zdarsky has Bruce bravely fight back against his conflicts by accepting his newfound family. They are his sons and his daughters, not his child soldiers. On top of this, he also physically has to fight off a dope-ass robot of his design. The callbacks are fun Easter eggs, the cameos are magical, and the art is beautiful. Zdarsky writes a well-informed and characteristically awesome Batman that has equal parts brooding, badassness, but is also surprisingly tender and gentle. This was a Batman story full of that Batman mystique we all love.